is my new book. It's called Paris Stage Left because, as Dónall said, I was Paris for 6 years. Anyway, this book treats the city as a stage. So 3 sections of history, tragedy and comedy, and you are about 12 poems away from your next pint. Into l'orangerie. I'm not yet ready to yield to the notion of garden, chalky soft and muted, a green mat so bright in the sun it silvers. Jewels scribble flowers, life-size, bold, holding the year's nectar. But on dark days, when river wind over gravel bites at my heels, chases me, I can see how it might work as I step unnoticed over the grass rail and slip into the walls. At pond's edge, my feet take root. My arms branch and break into leaf. My fingertips weep into the water. Purples and blues are my last colours. Air rushes my bark, and at sunset, I fire. Okay, so waking to bread. In the bakehouse, gumminess fills my nose with the warmth of yeast. I can feel it rising in my mouth, the salt melts sweet. I eat my mother's breakfast, pastries, too late for my pain au chocolat fixe. Madame gives me tarte aux poires to taste with my crème. Just a little bite, she winks. Just one, Dad, Mum says, snagging a fresh piped cream horn from the tray. It flakes her navy slip coat and seat on the school train through the valley. Sugar round my mouth. We both lick our lips. And 2 more food poems. Fresh breath and confidence. The green drink, apothecary fluid, lurid in jars in Taggart's pharmacy window, after school on my way to buy sweets, is probably sirop de menthe. No real plant gives liquor of such hue to dye tongue, gullet, guts. Or it acts in place of barium, highlighting blockages, shading other indigestions I'd rather not consider. I intrude into the mouths of 3 women waiting for the train. Their teeth are radioactive, and that's never a good thing. As you can imagine, there's quite a few poems about painting in here, but I'm actually going to read one. So this is Sur l'air, you know, I'm sure you know the picture. It's bad enough being stripped naked before lunch, so these hungry men can argue the toss about the fall of light on my breasts, whether it's clearer on the left, right. But they've been long enough for the brie to run and the bread to dry to a crisp. All I want is to eat and fix the black silk ribbon in my hair. They're obsessed. But you, Edward, find time to fly a bullfinch through the summer wood. Just we two catch its flash, its rosy chest. It's called Rue Parvée. Every day I pass within 2 inches of a gun. Some mornings I turn to avoid it. Don't spook the soldier who's slung it across his chest, finger on trigger, ready. Sometimes he says, bonjour. I smile. He nods his buried head. He's young, enough to be my son. Some days he's a young woman, there for my safety on the narrows between synagogue and school. Reminder, war isn't somewhere else. Pont de Sèvres. The night river, all gilt muscle under a ripped velvet glove, you say is beautiful in a vague, hand-waving way. I say, I'm cold. What I mean is, as I'm as freezing as thin porcelain, your cruelty chips and cuts me. It's painful asking you for a favour. I wish you'd take a dive from the bridge, let the water swallow you. I could add tin to your pockets, galena ore, give you a push, watch you glaze and try to swim. But I need walking to the metro. It's late. Get me safely in. Scold. All this blah blah is filming my tongue, as if I've drunk a litre of full fat and its globules have blocked the pores, slowed the muscle to a milk slug sliming between my teeth, crying, enough, enough. All this blah blah is stopping my tongue, as if I've swallowed plaster of Paris and its setting heat has fixed the muscle, firmed it for a few weeks, making me rest, then freed it when silence has been enough. Enough. All this blah blah has bled my tongue, as if every word is a drop concealing on a rough post where it's been nailed, because I refused my son, told the recruiters, enough, enough. Before I can walk again. I do not remember how many pairs of boots are in the wardrobe, or how many need rehealing, or the number of summer dresses I own that actually fit, or, before you no longer wanted to, the number of nights you slept in my bed. I don't recall the number of hours I can stare out of the window at pigeons and crows, or the weeks the Pantheon's been scaffolded and sheeted, or how many nights I've listened to music to herald sleep, or how many I've not. I don't remember the number of socks and earrings I've lost, or necklaces I've broken, or how long the nights I've slept alone, or how long those nights I will sleep alone. Bon weekend. It's rough. A working man, woman's bar, the kind of place if at home I'd not be seen dead, as I am a purr snob. But because I'm not at home, it has the taint of the exotic. From the Moroccan barman to the aged wood, everything is other and old. There are 2 stickers from Chirac's last run and the poster for a new album from 2008. But the price of tagines and cocktails has increased and the smoke is vapour. It's Friday. I'm waiting for you to step off the train. There are a few options in this part of town. I've got the beginnings of a cold, and I've just soaked my peanuts with whiskey. I don't think I asked for a double, but I got one anyway. Ça n'est pas grave. A nice Frenchman is coming to meet me to pass the hour. I sip and fire rekindles my belly. He's late. Of course. Honestly, this year, I'm going to behave and stop staring at men on the metro. Badly dressed and poorly shod, the bloody shaved and hairy sods, the pierced with staffies on strings, the skull tattooed with lip rings, the ones with wired heads, especially them, appearing now more fools than men, the space starers, the lap sitters, the nose pickers, the ball scratchers, the man-bag wearers, putain, the swearers. Yes, I'm going to stop staring at men.
Yeah,
she wasn't looking at anyone in particular, okay?
Just looking at the Bombay Sapphire, actually. Let's be honest.
Now you're talking.
There's a real man. Couple of shots, you're fine.
Fabulous. They say at 50, women acquire a superpower. Invisibility. If true, it would be handy discovering what people really think. Friends, for example. I must be doing something wrong, as the man who shucks oysters at the corner, snuggles them into beds of ice, notices me clearly. He looks up, smoulders, bonjour. As does the guy who envisages coffee with me each day before work, as any chap spying me alone on a bar stool in my violet heels. And the boy from Bombay sends me his deepest love 30-odd years after I dumped him for his best friend. You don't do that to thin air. What they say is a lie, or my passport has a typo.
So I forgot.
That's okay, that's okay. Last one. Money ready, at the ready, and then you can dash out the door. Right. Place de l'Opéra. The next day, by fortune, I stood on the spot at the Café de la Paix where we kissed and parted, and waited for the muses to shower me with gifts, as if the pavement held the print of you and the air could be stilled by your soul left behind. As if a discarded butt could be your breath, or a crumpled flyer your last word. Happy. I stood there to see if I could conjure you again in a gilded rain. Was that your hand on my back? Sun on my face, a kiss of sorts. The murmur of cars, a whisper. Happy. Yes, I shall be Dónall, and I shall be happy.